Hi, I'm Judge Stover, and I am privileged to be the pastor of the United Methodist Churches of Sutherland and Larrabee. I'm out at Waterman Cemetery, just outside of Sutherland. To my right, behind me, is a memorial to the war veterans who are no longer with us. I thought for this 4th of July I would do some reading. Most of these are quotes, so I will be reading them. But I'm going to start out with something that too few Americans know about, and that is the 4th verse of our national anthem. There are 4 verses. We know the first. This is the 4th, and I will read. Oh, thus be it ever when free men shall stand between their loved homes and the war's desolation. Blessed with victory and peace, may the heaven-rescued land praise the power that hath made and preserved us as a nation. Then conquer we must when our cause it is just, and this be our motto, in God is our trust. And the star-spangled banner in triumph shall wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. The first verse asks the question, does it still wave? The 4th verse answers the question. Now on this day, when we celebrate our independence, I want to turn back to those people that were there, that signed it, that knew the atmosphere, the mind of the country, and give you some of their quotes as to this great nation. The first is from our Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, Justice Madison, on May 9th, 1833. The American population is entirely Christian, and with us Christianity and religion are identified. It would be strange indeed if with such a people our institutions did not presuppose Christianity and did not often refer to it and exhibited relations with it. The purpose of separation of church and state is to keep forever from these shores the ceaseless strife that has soaked the soil of Europe in blood for centuries. It is evident that the purpose of the said wall was to prevent Congress from passing a national law to establish a national religion. And George Washington, in his first general order to his own troops, said every officer and man to live and act as becomes a Christian soldier, defending the dearest rights and liberties of his country. And in his inaugural address in 1789 said this, such being the impressions under which I have, in obedience to the public summons, repair to the present station, it would be particularly improper to omit in the first official act my fervent supplication to that almighty being who rules over the universe, who presides in the councils of nations, and whose providential aid can supply every human defect, that his benediction may consecrate to the liberties and holiness of the people of the United States a government instituted by themselves for these essential purposes, and may enable every instrument employed in its administration to execute with success the function allotted to his charge. Alexander Hamilton said, I have carefully examined the evidences of the Christian religion, and if I was sitting as a juror upon its authenticity, I would unhesitatingly give my verdict in its favor. I can prove its truth as clearly as any proposition ever submitted to the mind of man. And Noah Webster has evidenced in his textbook, The History of the United States from 1832, the religion which has introduced civil liberty is the religion of Christ and his apostles, which enjoins humility, piety, and benevolence, which acknowledges in every person a brother or sister and a citizen with equal rights. This is genuine Christianity, and to this we owe our free constitutions and government. He also is quoted as saying, every civil government is based upon some religion or philosophy of life. Education in a nation will propagate the religion of that nation. In America, the foundational religion was Christianity, and it was shown in the hearts of Americans through the home and the private and public schools for centuries. Our liberty, growth, and prosperity was the result of a biblical philosophy of life. Our continued freedom and success is dependent on our educating the youth of America in the principles of Christianity. And Thomas Jefferson, in the front of his personal Bibles writes, "I am a real Christian, that is to say, a disciple of the doctrines of Jesus. I have little doubt that our whole country will soon be rallied to the unity of our Creator." And John Adams, on April 18th, 1775, a British soldier approached him and John Hancock and others to disperse them in the name of George, the sovereign king of England. And Adams responded, "We recognize no sovereign but God, and no king but Jesus." He also wrote to Jefferson in 1813 and said, "The general principles on which the fathers achieved independence were the general principles of Christianity." And John Jay, our first Supreme Court Justice for the United States of America, signer of the Declaration of Independence and co-author of the Federalist Papers, wrote on October 12, 1816, Providence has given to our people the choice of their rulers, and it is the duty as well as the privilege and interest of our Christian nation to select and prefer Christians for their rulers. National prosperity can neither be obtained nor preserved without the favor of Providence. No more needs be said. We are a Christian nation founded on Christian principles. Let's act like it. Shalom.